Okay, good. Hi, good morning, everybody. Do you need to use the mic? Okay. Yes, so today we're going to be talking about mastering LinkedIn optimization. But before we start, I would just like to share a bit of background. My name is Lemuel, and I'm currently the CEO of Nibiant Analytics. Nibiant is an edtech startup that helps people to transition to tech by leveraging in-demand courses like data science, data analytics, business analysis. And I have over a decade of experience in various industries, the cleaning industry, beauty, edtech, fashion, and the likes. And I've been able to work with individuals and companies to help them grow their brand and also position rightly. So that's the official one. The unofficial one is that I like to see and help people basically grow, become better versions of themselves. And it goes beyond just working with businesses. I like to work with individuals. You know, me and you, we work through these to see how it gets better. And today I'm going to be talking about the impact of positioning by maximizing LinkedIn. And I'll share my story before I start the introduction. So, like I said, I have over a decade of experience. However, the level of exposure and impact that I've had in the last 2 years was because I made the very one decision to get on LinkedIn March of 2023. That's over just a year. Yeah, and my brother-in-law actually just told me, why not get on LinkedIn? And I said, okay, let me try. Just like everybody, I've always had LinkedIn, but I've never done anything with it. I just had a profile picture, and that was it. So I went on the platform. I took courses just to understand, because it was a strange space. If you go on LinkedIn now, you'll be like, what's going on? Yeah, it's a strange space. And I had to take trainings, paid for classes, and I started to understand how the platform worked. And within the space of 3 months, I started getting job offers via my DM, not jobs that I was applying for. The reason that I didn't take those jobs is because I really didn't want to work physically. I'm someone that likes to work fully remotely, and it has been so for over 7 years. So I didn't take those job offers. But it just opened my eyes to see that, wow, this is something that a lot of people are not taking advantage of, right? When we're talking about career projection, career progress, and all of that. And these jobs are not the kind of jobs that you will say, oh, it's 50,000 naira. No, I think the minimum was like 300,000. And that's like a big deal right now in Nigeria. So why LinkedIn? I'm going to start with introducing LinkedIn to us. I am sure with our phones, so you can go on LinkedIn, and some of the explanations I'm going to be doing, I'll be using my profile. So I would like for you to search out Lemuel Audio on LinkedIn so that the explanations will make sense, right, when I'm doing them. So what is LinkedIn, or why do we have to use a platform like LinkedIn to grow our brand? It's basically for 3 major things: networking opportunities, career growth, and personal branding. I like the last part of it. If you were in church, when I shared my God experience, I said something that most of these jobs that I'm doing right now, I got them through recommendations. And it wasn't just because, oh, people liked to recommend me. My profile it made me look like someone that could do the job. Yeah? And I'm going to speak to the part of ensuring that your online presence tallies with your offline presence. But let's focus on the online positioning for now. So how is my profile able to land me jobs without me applying for these jobs, without me talking to anybody, you know, all of that? And I'm going to go to the next part of it, which is why does LinkedIn matter? The first thing is it's a platform for professionals to network. So when recruiters are trying to hire, they go on LinkedIn. When they are looking for someone to fill a role, the first thing they do is they go on LinkedIn. They don't go on Instagram. They don't go on Facebook. So if you're trying to grow your career, it is unavoidable to actually have a LinkedIn account. That's the first thing. You should have a LinkedIn account. So if you do not have a LinkedIn account, before the end of this session, you should have a LinkedIn account. That's the first one, before we even get into optimization. Because in recent times, recruiters don't just only ask for your CV, they also ask for your LinkedIn profile. Because people want to see what have you done with your time. That is like your online CV, right? And sometimes even before they ask for your CV, they've already gone to check out your online profile. Have you been in a scandal? Have you done anything dramatic that they don't want to be involved with? And all of that. So you cannot particularly joke with your online presence, yeah? And what's the key statistics? With millions of users worldwide, LinkedIn hosts high engagement and numerous job opportunities. And one of the benefits of a strong LinkedIn profile is that it enhances visibility. And then it opens doors to job opportunities, and it helps you to build a powerful personal brand. One other thing that I like is I've been on Instagram for the longest, but currently I have about almost 11,000 followers on LinkedIn, and these are actual humans, right? Now, how does that impact on your brand as an individual? If you have 11,000 people that picked up their phone and then they clicked the follow button to hear what you have to say, that means you're already positioning yourself as a thought leader. And that can open doors for you in different ways. I would say it's safe to say that because of LinkedIn, I've actually spoken more times in the space of 2 years than my whole life. I think before LinkedIn, probably 3 or 4 times. But after LinkedIn, it's been almost 20. So imagine I was trying to build a career of speaking engagements or public speaking. I literally will be a millionaire right now because every engagement I'll be paid, right? That's one part of LinkedIn that people do not engage with. It's the fact that you can actually become a content creator. Content creation is not restricted to Instagram. And I like to tell people that it's actually faster on LinkedIn if you get your act right, okay? And another question you would want to ask is, okay, fine, LinkedIn. So how do you do it? All you need to do is basically make a decision to, find out what do I really want to be known for. Sorry, excuse me. So for someone like me, I like strategy. I like business, right? It only makes sense to be known for business strategy. I'm a business analyst, and it just makes sense to be known for that, right? So when I go on a platform like LinkedIn, I shouldn't be writing anything other than I'm a business strategist, I'm a business analyst, because when people are looking for things like that, that's what they search. They put on the search bar business strategist or business analyst, right? And then the profiles that are optimized are the profiles that will show. So let's go to now the next, So let's go to setting clear objectives. There's like 4 things that you need to do. The first is you want to define your goals, right? What are your goals for LinkedIn? Are you trying to get a job? Are you trying to be known? Are you trying to become like a thought leader? Or you just want to see how it is? I think defining your goal for the platform that you want to maximize, whatever I'm teaching you right now can actually work on any other platform. You just have to decide where, you find more comfortable to express yourself, basically, and then you maximize it. So the first thing is, it's actually twisted the other way. You want to optimize your profile. I'm going to have a full session on profile optimization. That's a whole gist on its own. But then the goals are you are either trying to get work or you're trying to, search for jobs. And what you literally need to do to gain those things is you want to optimize your profile, and then you want to highlight your skill set. Now, when we talk about profile optimization, have you seen my profile on LinkedIn? Okay, now just go to, can you try and search a random name? Just search for a random name, and then we're going to do comparisons, right? When you're optimizing your profile, there are 3 basic things before you move on to the next level. And the one is you want to get a very good professional picture. Why? Someone was asking me, can't I just use a selfie? No, you can't use a selfie because you're trying to position yourself for the global market, right? So if you're trying to do that, how do you want them to see you? As a professional that is highly valued, and your picture says a lot about you. From your profile picture, a recruiter can tell if you are confident. A recruiter can actually tell if you are competent. These guys are they're trained also in psychology to understand people through their smile. There's a way you smile, and then there's a particular app that we use to test to see if the LinkedIn picture is worth it. And then sometimes it will say your squint shows that you are not confident enough. So a profile picture actually goes a long way to showing people who you are and what you are. In all honesty, this picture has given me a lot of recognition because it makes me look like she knows what she's doing. And that's the goal of your LinkedIn profile. Because before you can engage with your recruiter, they've seen everything about you. And the good thing about it is they only see what you want them to see, right? So what's the first thing? You want to ensure that you have a very good professional headshot. And then the next thing is your LinkedIn headline. Now, when you go on LinkedIn, you see a lot of dramatic things. You see somebody that's like doing 6 things. Civil servant, government professional, business analyst, and you have like 7 things listed there. That's not good because it makes people look at you like this person doesn't know, first of all, doesn't know what they want in life. This person cannot be focused on one thing. This person is everywhere. Now, if you look at my profile, you will see that I have CEO Nibiant Analytics and then a / transition to tech, right? It's basically telling you what I do as the CEO of Nibiant Analytics. And then the next one is strategy consultant. And then there's a / business strategy, and then there's personal branding. By the time you look at, and then one other thing is you want to ensure that you have the same message across all platforms, right? So if you check out my profile on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram, even though a platform like Instagram will not allow for this quantity of words, when you check my profile, you see that I'm saying the same thing. I'm helping you upskill, I'm helping you position, I'm helping you build a personal brand, right? So your messaging must be the same across platforms. Then if you have strange names like 112.00 Grace, please avoid it. Always use your name as it is in your national identity card. Because, like I said, LinkedIn is a global platform. And if in a situation whereby your LinkedIn gets banned and all of that, they're going to ask you to verify. If your ID card is stating Grace Obina, and then your LinkedIn profile is 1.00 Grace, they will tell you you're not the owner of that profile. And then imagine you've built it to over 100,000 followers, and you can't verify because you used a name that is not yours, right? It's all about identity. So you want to own your name across all platforms. So when people want to search for you, they are not struggling. If they've heard your name, they should be able to look for you on any platform. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn should all have the same name. So if you go online and you search Lemuel Audio, across all platforms, that's my name, okay? So by all means, try as much as possible to ensure that your names are the same with what you have on your identity cards, okay? That also shows that you're very professional. Like we said, LinkedIn is a professional platform. It's not as though you cannot joke or play on it, but I'm also going to share with you how to do it so you don't also come off as unserious or someone who can't take a job seriously. So that's for the headline. Like I said, you want to craft a compelling and concise headline. Don't put your bio there. Don't put your life history. Go straight to the point. What do you do? What is your value proposition? What is your unique selling point? If we hire this individual, what is this person bringing to the table, right? That's what you want to have on your headline. You can leverage platforms like ChatGPT and the rest to help you get a very good summary. But I don't like the way people use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a guide, and it's not your brain, okay? So you don't just go there and just write something and copy and paste. Everybody will know in today's landscape world. Like everybody just knows the ChatGPT language. So if you're using ChatGPT to adjust your bio, your headline, you want to make sure that you fine-tune it to sound like you, right? You can also train it over time to sound like you. And then, a lot of people do not think this is important, but it's very, very important. Designing a good banner. You need to create a great banner that communicates what you do. Now, if you look at my profile, it shows you that it says, I exist to help people make smart business decisions, right? So you don't necessarily need to even see my profile. You don't necessarily need to, thank you. So you don't necessarily need to see my profile to know what I do. Because what's the essence of a banner? If you're trying to advertise something, what do you use? A banner, right? When you are driving, what do you see? A banner. So like I said, this is your online showroom. And the banner is basically there to highlight the major thing that you bring to the table. And I literally love to help. That's why you see it very big. I exist to help you do whatever it is that I do, right? So you want to be able to design a very good banner, and you don't need to struggle with it. Just go to Canva, search for LinkedIn banner, and then you see a lot of banners that you can leverage to have your designs. And one thing that I didn't include here is you want to pick like a color that speaks to you. The reason we ask people to choose colors when optimizing their profile is because just like you're trying to organize your online space, right? Having a color code helps to organize you and also helps to get people's mind organized about you. So like I've used these colors so much so that people don't need to see my name to know that that's me, right? I think there was a time, sometime last year, that a couple of people were calling me the pink and black queen of business strategy, because that was my pink last year was really pink, like pink and black. So I had that name for a while till I toned it down to this shade of pink. But you want to be able to pick a particular color that speaks to you. So if you're someone that is energetic, you're vibrant, you are not loud, but you are vocal, you can pick bright colors like orange, yellow, green, and all of that. And if you're someone red, if you're someone that you like to talk, but you're not loud, you can have toned down minimalist colors like black, white, blue, and all of that. So you want to pick a color that resonates with you, right? Are we following? Okay, great. So, yeah. Crafting a powerful headline. Like I said, I'm going to break it down. I think I already spoke to this, but you want to be specific and very descriptive. Don't be vague. And then don't try to use big grammars. On LinkedIn, if whatever you have written cannot be explained to a 12-year-old, you've not spoken anything, you've not communicated properly, right? So you want to be very, very specific and very, very descriptive. Then you want to also incorporate keywords. If you're a digital marketer, I'm a digital marketing strategist. I leverage SEO to ensure that your business gets the visibility that is needed to make profit. That's a powerful headline, right? If you are into sales, I'm a top sales professional that does da. So you want to be able to, in simple terms, it's just like what they say, elevator pitch. In less than 30 seconds, if you see someone in an elevator and they ask you, who are you? What do you say? Okay, so let's try it. Please, can you come up? Yeah. So if we say, first you're going to introduce yourself. So we're in the elevator. The elevator is not wide. Okay. So stand here. So you have the opportunity to pitch yourself to me in 30 seconds.
Okay, my name is Mercy Joseph. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a comms officer, and I do a lot.
So imagine now writing, I'm a serial entrepreneur, I'm a comms officer, I do a lot on LinkedIn, right? So you want to write it down and practice it enough. So typically someone like this should say, fine, I'm a serial entrepreneur, that works. I'm an exceptional comms officer. I help businesses communicate their message in very concise and manner for profit. You've given the value, right? So if what you do, if 90% of what you do is comms, that's what you now put on your LinkedIn headline. So serial entrepreneur shouldn't be first. Comms should be first. And then serial entrepreneur is your other expression that you're also letting people know that you do, right? Then one other thing you want to also ask yourself is, are you trying to get a job, or you are trying to position as a thought leader? That's why I said you need to define your goal. And that's when I was getting offers. I'm no longer getting offers because my goal for LinkedIn has shifted. So another thing is you want to understand your season in life. So there was someone that I worked with, a typical example. I didn't take permission, so I cannot share her profile. But she engaged me last year, and at that time, she was just the business development manager for if I call the company, you guys already know the place. She was the BDM, and she wanted to, at first, position for a job. And I told her to give it time, position for promotion. It's two different things. If you're positioning for promotion, you don't need to, leverage the open to work thing. The way you write your content is different. You're writing your content like a manager, like a thought leader. You're not writing for recruiters. You're writing for your employer to see you and then push you up to the next level. And as I speak to you, she's currently the next in line. Like, we have the founder. She is the managing director. So what she consistently posted every day, she moved from customer care. She moved, I think it's just been 3 years. She moved from customer care representative to business development manager, and then we started working with her. And in the space of 1 year, she's currently the managing director. Like, there is no higher place than her place. She's the lead of all, the regional and all of that. So that's the extent to which your LinkedIn profile can, change the direction of your life if you're very intentional. So you want to ask yourself, am I doing this for promotion? Am I doing this for thought leadership? Am I doing this, to land a job? Am I trying to just build content for visibility? Some of us might have heard of Ahoma Wogu. She didn't build her LinkedIn she of course started to build her LinkedIn for a job, but quickly transitioned into building her LinkedIn for content and to help other people build their LinkedIn. And she's currently at 100,000 followers or so. And she makes money in millions every month. And she's not up to 30. She didn't pay for LinkedIn. It's a free platform. So I'm just here to let you know that that space is enough to literally carry you from 0 to 100 in 3 months, 6 months, if you're very intentional. So what makes it different, what makes the results that everybody has is the level of consistency, the level of intentionality, and the level of commitment that you put into building your personal brand. And yeah, like I said, showcase your value proposition. So let's run fast. So what's a summary? A summary is basically your bio. So if you scroll through your LinkedIn, you see, write about me, right? You want to write your summary in a way that whoever is reading it is captivated. Like, okay, so are you guys on my profile? I'm going to explain something to you right now. So let me quickly go there. So there's a way that I wrote mine. I change it from time to time because I also encourage people to, not that you're changing it totally, you're just tweaking some words. When you do this every 2 months, 3 months, the algorithm picks that something has changed about this person, and then they push your profile up. So it increases your visibility. So don't leave your LinkedIn headline at one particular name for a whole year. You know, every 2 months, every 3 months, you want to tweak something about it, just so it's pushed up. Okay, so when you go to my profile, you will see that I wrote, just a minute there. Okay, so this is how I did mine. Before I talk about me, check out what I'm building at Lemuel Analytics. That's captivating. If you don't know how to write, that's why I said maximize a platform like ChatGPT. Just tell it to, do this, write for me in this way. Help me write my profile, make it engaging, make it fun. When it writes it, edit and edit and edit till you get that perfect profile. So after doing that, and I said, so now about me. It catches the attention of the reader, because when you go back, before you tap on the about page, you will see that it is just that first line that is showing. Right? Do you see it? You see that it's just that first line. That means that if that first line is not catchy, nobody's clicking through. It's the same thing. Now try to search for someone. Let's say search for just type business analyst. Then you can click on people. Do you see the number of people that popped up? Now imagine these people do not have business analysts on their headline and they do not have a professional picture. Would you, as a recruiter, click on their profile? Because you don't know what they are. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they offer. That's the essence of optimizing your profile. Right? Now, if I'm going to hire, I'm going to be looking at someone that probably has a better profile picture because I can see the person. It feels like I can connect with the person. Okay? That's the importance of a good headshot. If you use a picture where you are so far back and we don't know who you are, we can't tell who you are not going to be the first on the list when we are picking people to interview or to reach out to. The last 3 people that I interviewed over the week, it was through LinkedIn. I just searched for business analyst trainer, and I saw a couple of people, and I reached out to them. One had an interview last week. That's how recruiters do. He didn't submit an application. He didn't submit. I've not even seen his CV, right? But just going through his profile, I saw that this guy is a facilitator because that's all he talks about. So you want to consistently talk about things that you do, right? And then when writing your summary, highlight your achievements and your skills. If I were to be looking for a job as a business analyst now, things that I would write would be things like stakeholder management, requirements gathering, elicitation, project management. I'm great with Excel, Power BI, SQL. I can use Jira. I'm very good with collaboration. So when you write all those things, they know that this person knows what he or she's saying, right? So you want to ensure that you highlight your skills and your achievements, right? Showcase, mention significant accomplishments and the impacts that you've made. So you want to talk about maybe a time where you implemented something and it took the company's profit or whatever visibility with 40% above and all of that. You want to also include that in your summary. Summary is basically you talking about your career, the best parts of your career, literally, right? You want to put it in front. Like I said, LinkedIn gives you the opportunity, or rather, the social media gives you the opportunity to tell people what you want them to hear and to show people what you want them to see. So you have every right not to lie, but to highlight. That's why they said highlight. You focus, you zero in on the good parts of your career journey. That's what comes up on your summary. I also want to ensure that your experience is updated. If you've changed jobs 3 times and then you go to your LinkedIn experience, the last time that you worked was 2009. Nobody will hire you because it doesn't show that you're working, right? So if you move to another job, you want to update your experience and then state what you did in the previous job and your impact in that role. I see a lot of people trying to write experience and they are like, worked as customer care, LLNG, and that's all. How did you impact the company? That's what should come on your description for that job experience. It's not necessarily you going to now copy the job description of a customer care representative and you just put it there. No. What did you as a customer care, right, do for that particular company that you worked for? That's what you now add in your description. Are we following? All right, great. So let's move to experience and skills. Okay, so I'm already talking on this. Highlight your accomplishments. Focus on results. It's the same thing with your CV, right? When you're writing your CV and then you say worked as XXX or XXS, you don't just go and copy the job description in your offer letter and then paste it in your CV. Nobody cares about that. What you highlight in your CV is your results, and it has to be measurable. Because of my communication skills, I was able to close multiple deals that helped the company achieve 30% increase in income per quarter. That's what recruiters are looking for. Don't lie, right? But your accomplishments should be measurable, because if you lie on your CV or on your LinkedIn and then you get into an interview and you cannot defend it, you spoil your name. And at the end of the day, a good name is better than riches, right? So you are not lying on your CV or your LinkedIn experience. You are highlighting the beautiful parts of your journey and then giving the recruiters the results that they want to see. Because at the end of the day, every company wants to hire a result-driven individual, right? So you want to be able to focus on that. And then select relevant skills. Another mistake that I see some people make is they want to apply for different roles, and then they are using one CV. There are different roles. The business analyst for this company might not be the business analyst for another company. Every company, they have what they want. So before you write a CV for a job, you should have your general CV that has your role as a business analyst. But when you're applying to a separate role, you want to now pick, you want to pick, let's say I'm hiring, okay, like I said now, the past couple of weeks, I've been doing interviews, trying to hire business analyst trainers. Those guys are different from business analysts that are doing the technical work, right? So I have had to interview a lot of business analysts, but I've not seen a trainer, because being a trainer is entirely different. That's why you cannot use one CV for different roles. So if I am a business analyst, I have trained and I've also worked in the technical aspect. I'm supposed to have a business analyst facilitator CV and then a business analyst CV. So when a role for lead instructor or whatever comes up, I use this particular one. And then there are different type of lead instructor roles. So you always want to look at the job description and what these people are looking for. Then you pick those key things and include it in your CV, ensuring that these are things that you've done. If you've not done it, don't try. Because when interviews come, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Okay? And then if you also see that, oh, I've been trying to apply for jobs for a couple of years, this thing keeps coming up. Let's say, for example, Excel. That is a point of action. If Excel keeps coming up, what does it mean? Go and upskill in Excel. So that in the next 2 months, you can apply and include Excel, and it increases your chances of getting hired. Are you following? All right. Then, so what are the strategies for connecting with professionals in your industry? So if you've optimized your LinkedIn properly, you would be able to now connect with people and increase your chances of getting hired. Because your connection, so someone was asking the other time, what's the difference between connection and followers? If someone connects with you, it's kind of like saying, what's the difference between best friend and acquaintance? Right? A best friend has a deeper connection with you. The person has more access to you than an acquaintance. So on LinkedIn, a connection has a closer relationship with you than a regular follower. So the fact that someone is following you doesn't mean they are your connection. So what you want to focus on is strategically connecting with people that have the potential to either hire you or their connections can hire you. So some people say, connect with only people that are interested in your field. No, I don't think that's right. Because I'm a business analyst, you're a business analyst. When we connect, now both of us are looking for jobs. Who will hire who? So yes, connect with your colleagues, connect with people in the same industry, because you also want people that can engage with the content you're putting out there. But you want to spread your connection. Because if you're looking for a job in US, and then you're not connecting with only Nigerians, who wants to hire you here? Right? You need to connect with recruiters, connect with CEOs, founders, and all of that. But when connecting, don't just connect randomly. You want to check out for people that are active users. How do you determine an active user on LinkedIn? It's somebody that posted 1 week ago, not 2 months ago. And a lot of people are not using, they just have profiles there. And if you have too many inactive users, your profile will not be pushed up. The algorithm will not get a lot of people to see your profile, right? So you want to connect with people that are active, which means at least once a week they are posting. So consistency is not necessarily every day. Consistency is that if you post on Monday, you post next week Monday, you post the upper Monday. That's when you say, okay, this guy is consistent. Consistency is when you have a time. Oh, I post 9 a.m. every Wednesday. Just like when you have news. Those guys are consistent, right? 8 p.m. every day, CNN comes up. This. So consistency is basically you saying, I can't post every day, but I can post twice a week. And you stay committed to that process. Your followers can now say, okay, if we want to hear from Grace or Mercy, we have to come on LinkedIn at this time, and we'll be able to engage with our post. Another thing you want to do is you want to send personalized connection requests. So don't just go on LinkedIn and just type connect. Like people that are trying to do follow for follow on Instagram. You're wasting your connection because you just have a limit of 100 every week. So what's the best way to maximize it? If you are trying, let's say you're trying to get a job, right? You want to first of all search for the companies that you want to work in. People are not very intentional in their job search, and that doesn't give them the result, and then they say there is no job in Nigeria. There are jobs, lots of jobs. In all honesty, if you go on LinkedIn every day, they're posting new jobs. So one thing you want to ask yourself is, am I even skilled enough for these jobs that I'm trying to apply to? Am I worth the salary that I'm asking for? If you are not, don't lie to yourself. Don't try to form, oh, I live in Lekki. No. Go back and upskill. While you maintain the one that is giving you your 25,000 naira every day, continue there. but ensure that you burn the midnight oil to upskill, right? When you upskill, you can now go update your profile. You now have the confidence to apply for those jobs, because it's a waste of time to apply for jobs that they are looking for people that have skill in Excel, Power BI, and you don't even know the meaning of Excel. You're wasting your time. So most times when people say there are no jobs, is that they are not skilled enough, because there is no recruiter that wants to pay you for value that they will not get. Right? Even this remote work that everybody is crying for. Are you worth the $1,000? If they give you digital marketing now, can you do it? So most times when we look at this, our own career level and what we are looking for, the gap is wide. So what you want to spend your time doing, and why I like that people grow alongside with their LinkedIn, is that people are able to watch you grow. So even if you are not there yet, open the LinkedIn and start posting about your journey. For example, I want to become a data analyst by June of 2025 because I want to start earning $1,000. That's like the very, very minimum for data analyst, right? So let's say I want to start earning 1,000 by June of 2025. What is the roadmap, right? If you want to actually grow in your career, you should know how to write things down. So you want to ask yourself, what is my roadmap? The first is, open your LinkedIn. Just open it down first. And then the second thing is you want to ask yourself, what do I want to be? Or who do I want to be? Right? Okay, we have 4 minutes left. Who do I want to be? When you are done, you now ask yourself, what are the steps that I need to take? Or I will spend 2 hours every day studying on how to become a data analyst and studying the skills that I need to become one. After 3 months, I will look for a company and intern with to gain more experience and to build my projects. And then I spend the next 3 months applying to companies for internship roles. In all of this, you are writing on LinkedIn. You take a course. When you read, you don't have problem writing because you always get things that you do. So no matter how busy you are, ensure that you are spending 1 hour a day upskilling in your field. Okay? So let's say you spent 1 hour today studying on a particular area. Let's say for me now, business strategy. I've studied a bit. I learned about market placement. Tomorrow I have content. Or during my study of the market placement, I understood that this. In Nigeria, if we want to implement this strategy, this is what this you do. These are the things that people are watching. Forget that they are not liking your posts. They are watching you. They are seeing what you are doing. Continue. If you don't even get engagement, continue writing. Tomorrow you study something else. You write about it. When implementing XYZ, you need to do SWOT analysis for da-da-da-da-da. You write it there. If you found this helpful, follow me. Share. Comment. Next tomorrow, you spend another 1 hour. You have content for the rest of the year. I tell you, if you focus on doing this for another 3 months, first of all, you'll be amazed. The most natural thing is that your followers will grow, but you'll be amazed at the quality of DMs you start to get. So even if it's not a job offer, you start seeing things like, oh, wow, I've been following your content for the past 2 months, and you're really, really intelligent. Oh, I see that you are really an expert in this. Can you help me with da-da-da-da-da? Before you know, you have become a thought leader in that area. And then by June, you get a job because it is not necessarily a faith work. What makes faith important as Christians is that it shortens the journey for you, but you must put in the work. You must be committed to that space. So if you look at what you are earning right now, and it's not smiling at your direction, then you need to make the decision and ask yourself, what is the way forward? We need to come out of the, should I say, we need to come out of our shadows, and we need to stop deceiving ourselves when we are looking at our current state. When we are running analysis in business, we say current state, which is your as is, and then your future state, which is your to be. Where do you want to be? You have to now intentionally Break it down. Okay, in the next 3 months, this is what I'll do. Every week, I should achieve this. Every day, I must do this to achieve this. That's the only way whatever we're doing here right now will make sense. Because you can literally go home, and then you come for another drive, and you're still the same. The difference when we attend conferences or when we read books is implementation, right? So what I want you to do today is make a decision. What am I going to implement today, right? We still have, let me see. Yeah, I've already talked about this. Strategies for content on LinkedIn. Like I said, it's easy. You can go on ChatGPT and say, I'm a business strategist, I'm also a business analyst, and I am a CEO. I would love for you to help me with content for the next 30 days that speaks to the fears, the hopes, and the results of my target audience. And ChatGPT will give you topics for 30 days. Copy it, put it somewhere. Go back, pick the one for the first day. Give me a powerful write-up on this topic. Use simple words. Assume you're talking to a 12-year-old. That's how you use ChatGPT. Not that you just copy and just paste. Tell it what you want it to do. Right? It's an assistant at the end of the day. So you say, write it as though you're talking to a 12-year-old. It should be very clear, concise, and relatable. It will bring out something. It might look good, it might not look good. If it doesn't look good, copy that thing, or just tell it, refine this. I would like for you to use this tone. Make it more interesting. It's a little bit too rigid. Talk freely when you're using ChatGPT. And then you get that perfect. It takes less than 5 minutes. You've gotten content for the day. You don't need to break your head. The second way is to ensure that you read every day. Now, how do you now build your profile? How was I able to get 11,000 followers in, 1 year, 6 months? Yeah. I started with 35 followers. So how did I get 11,000 people to follow me? Every day, I spent 1 hour on LinkedIn. 30 minutes before I posted, I engaged with other people's posts. That's another way to build content. When you read people's posts, always have a pen, always have a notepad around you. When you read people's posts, you are able to get insight into a particular industry that you can now somehow, edit to fit into your industry. So let's say, for example, I'm going through somebody's post in real estate, and I see what the person has written, and it's quite interesting. You want to engage. Engagement is not just liking. Comment strategically, intelligently. People have gotten job offers from comments that they did, right? So you want everything, every move has to be intentional on LinkedIn. Don't just do things haphazardly. So you go, you comment, oh, wow. Let's say, for example, you're in Cubs, right? And then you see a post on real estate. Be like, wow, this was really, really an insightful post. Has someone who is an expert in comms, don't write comms. As someone who is an expert in communications, the effect of communications on real estate is undeniable. You list it out. You've sold yourself. Marketing, everything is marketing, content marketing, strategies, and the rest. You've sold yourself. You go to another post. You don't always have to write as an expert in comms, so that's going to be very cliche, right? You go to another post, maybe, okay, I'm out of time. Maybe you see a post on cleaning. Find a way to always insert yourself in your comments. Find a way, and then every of your posts should have call to action. Like for me, when I'm done writing on LinkedIn, I tell people that if you are interested in upskilling in business analysis, visit my website. If you want me to work with you in personal development, send me a DM and say train. That is call to action. You want to ensure that people know what to do after reading your profile. Have we learned something today? So, all right. Thank you very much. Q&A, yes. All right. Q&A, they said we should do Q&A. Have I talked about leveraging? Yeah, okay. Question and answer. I already talked about leveraging LinkedIn for job opportunities, right? So there's a lot, but let's hear you. What are your questions? Yeah, do you have questions?
But you can still finish that one. It's still part of
Okay, great. So any questions? If you do, you can just take them down. And yeah, I think I'm done. I actually spoke to everything here. Yeah, so you want to share relevant content, comment, engage, use LinkedIn publishing platform. Yeah, so I've spoken to everything here, actually. Okay, tips for job searching. What did I do? Okay, tips for job searching on LinkedIn. The first thing is you want to utilize open to work. I actually already spoke to this. Connect with recruiters, hiring managers. Then please, just for your question, don't use easy apply on LinkedIn. We think that it works, it doesn't. Because there is a sea of people that are using it and they only focus on people that apply intentionally. So go to the website or follow the actual application processes. That is what makes you stand out. Easy apply seems easy, but it's hard because you're wasting your time and your energy, okay? And then you're using generic CV because easy apply is just telling you use the CV that you already have on LinkedIn. But it might not be fit for that role, right? That's why it has not been working. Okay? All right, please, your question.
I can shout. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're online. Okay. Firstly, thank you very much for an insightful session. So, for someone like me, right, I am not trying to. First of all, how do you even know your niche? Like, if you're trying to, build a profile. Like for you now, you know that you're trying to train people. You're not looking for a job, right? So, if you're not looking for a job right now, but at the same time, you also want to have a LinkedIn community. Um, so that you have, I don't know, like a wilder reach or something like that. How do you go about it? And then, I know you talked about us putting our journeys out there, but like, how do you now turn your journey to fit into your particular niche? Thank you.
All right, so if I get you right, how do you know your niche and how do you write your content so it doesn't look like you're job searching, right? Okay, so you're basically building a thought leader profile. And how you do that is, first of all, I don't really advise people to niche down too quickly on LinkedIn. Because as you go, and the reason is, I started on LinkedIn as a digital marketer, transitioned into business analysis, and I am here as a business analyst. And it's not because I didn't know what to do. I was evolving. So don't just get to the future now. What do you do right now that you can start with? So if, let's say, for example, one of your companies, one of your startups, or one of your businesses trains people, you can now say, okay, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I train people to become expert communications specialists or whatever, right? That's enough to start your journey. Then your content will now be around communications. Don't try to write about real estate or anything. Anything communications, you can write it in different industries, but always find a way to connect communications. So if you don't know what to write, that's why I shared how to leverage ChatGPT to put you in the right direction. So you can just go there and say, I am this, I do this. Give me content for the next 30 days. When you see what it shares with you, you would now be able to tell if that's what you really want or not. Okay? So when it shares you a lot of things that you are not going to be comfortable, also you want to pick a space that you are comfortable writing. I can write about business with my eyes closed. I can write about transitioning to tech with my eyes closed. I can write about branding, personal development. I don't need any other thing. Most times we try to build our personal brand off the back of other people's brands. It's all about you. That's why it's personal brand, right? So what you are supposed to do is basically, like I said, shine the light on you. Focus on you when it has to do with building your brand on LinkedIn. So highlight those things. If you are very good, I actually have my friend that sells crayfish on LinkedIn, and it's paying off. It's not, you must not be a manager to be on LinkedIn. Even as customer care representative, and your salary is 50,000, stay there and write about your experiences every day. Oh, yesterday during an engagement with a particular client, this happened, and this was how I solved it. So the idea is that you are getting people to see you as somebody that can produce results, solve problems, and increase the influence of visibility of any company that would want to hire you. Okay? So whether you're looking for a job or you are just trying to be somebody, right? LinkedIn is actually a good space. We have a lot of content creators that are not looking for jobs, but they are making money off the backs of LinkedIn. We have someone like Ine Joseph. Joseph is not, in fact, he started his LinkedIn journey because he got tired of looking for a job. And he's earning in millions right now, just training people to even use LinkedIn. So anybody can be there. It's packaging, basically. Right? Okay. You're welcome. Any more questions? So just before we close, I would like to ask one or two, what did you pick up today, and what are you going to implement starting from today? So I'll start with you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Dorcas Ali. So from today, I work as a customer care. So like you said, I'll try to put in my day-to-day activities, even if it's just once or twice a week, what happened, how I solved the issue, or even what happened with my colleagues, yes, and how I relate with guests. So I'll try to do more on that. No, I won't do that. And then I'll also try to, like, take time to go have a nice profile picture and a nice profile on my LinkedIn page. Thank you.
Awesome. So for someone like this, you don't even need to, for someone like this, you don't even need to try to transition to anything else. You can actually become so good at customer care that people start to hire you to train their staffs. That's what branding does for you. Thank you. That's what branding does for you. So you can, thank you. So you can build your profile so much so that other companies are not necessarily looking to hire you to come. They're looking to hire you to train their staff. I have a friend like that. She's so good with customer care. She spent about 9 years being a customer care representative. She currently trains staffs, and the minimum she charges is 200,000. So that's a lot. So you can actually become an expert customer care representative. And then, like, companies are looking for you because people need CS. It's a big deal, right? Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to implement?
Hi everyone. Okay, so someone like me, I work as a waitress in a restaurant or a hotel. So I think I will, like, engage more, to know more about it, to know that, okay, where I'm focusing is a place whereby I want to, like, improve, learn a lot about it, and yeah.
So what I'm going to be doing is to give you guys practical tips to move to the next stage. So if you start as a waiter, right, you are also, like, in the same line with her because you're engaging with customers. So you can there are a lot of online courses that are free. You can take courses in becoming, there was actually someone that I shared some videos with. There is a way to serve people as a waiter. It's not this one we do in Nigeria. You just carry things and be dropping everywhere. If they see your level of excellence, you can now become the head waiter. Even if it's 10,000 naira they add to your salary, that's promotion. You go on LinkedIn, you talk about it, right? You can now move from there. Because you have interacted with people enough, you understand people, right? You can now move from there to people management, operations. That's a bigger salary. You can now move from there to human resources. And before you know, you are now branch manager. So wherever you are starting has a career path that always goes where I want to put there. So if you want to get more gigs as a songwriter, then get a very professional picture, maybe of you, you can have a very professional picture of how you want to be perceived, right? How you want people. So people, you dress the way you want to be perceived. So if you are like the very corporate, casual kind of person, snap that way and just let it be professional, right? And then you use that as your professional picture. Then for the picture that goes on your banner, it could be a picture of you writing, just to showcase that, okay, you are writing, you're a songwriter and all. And then your LinkedIn headline could be top-level songwriter for the top 1% music artist in the world. And then every day, you write about songwriting. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You might not get engagement, but like I said, for you to get engagement, you need to engage with people. So read about people's works, write on it, and then write your own, and then go back and read and write. By the time you do this consistently for the next 3 months, even people that are into production of music, sound engineering, there are things in your industry that we do not know. Those are the things you write about every single day. If you even say, okay, you want to write a song, and then explain the concept, because in songwriting there's conceptualization. In songwriting there's a story. What were you doing when you were writing the song? Did you just wake up? Did you spend days? Did you spend hours? There was a lady that was reading that. She's a professional songwriter and a professional music artist. She resumes her home office by 8 and then closes by 9 p.m. So she doesn't wait for inspiration to write her songs. She has an instruction by herself to write every day, so she must write. So if you want to take that approach, you have content for your everyday life, because your experience during the writing of the songs will now inform your content for the next day. Or while in my home office, I had the inspiration to write a song, but while writing the song, there was a glitch. I experienced this. This is how you can overcome it as a songwriter. You can now even grow to training people to become songwriters. And then, before you know it, it's something entirely different. But you can only get to that point when people have seen that you are a thought leader in this area. So yes, it's very possible.
Will it be nice for me to post songs I've written on LinkedIn? Or I could just talk about my experience while writing those songs?
Except you don't mind stealing. You don't mind people stealing it. I don't think you should write the songs.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I don't think you should write the songs. Just write about the song and probably where the song came from, how it came about, and all of that. But don't write the song itself. If not, you see your songs everywhere, and nobody's paying for it because you put it out there. Yeah.
Hello, thank you so much. I learned a lot in this session. I'm also into business analytics and strategy, but I understand business strategy and I do that, but there's an execution part of business strategy, and I want to do more on that. But even also in the business analytics part, I want to apply for jobs. But you said that first of all upskill before you start applying. But sometimes there's recruiting season. So should I do my CV first with all these skills, or first of all sit down, upskill, then start applying?
The first question is, what's your level right now?
Medium.
Can you do any form of business analysis?
Oh, yes.
Then start applying.
Okay.
That's entry level now. You can start applying. You can start applying for paid internships and then start your journey. You don't have to wait till you have I don't think anybody has the perfect skill. I'm about to enroll for another course. Yeah, so it never ends. If you want to wait till your business analysis profile is, strong enough, you might never apply till the next 5 years. So you can start, since you can do a bit of business analysis, you can start applying to entry-level roles, internships. And then you can offer, we see on the flyer, volunteer. You can start to volunteer to build projects or come up with projects for yourself. So if you are applying as an entry-level business analyst, by now you should have done minimum of 5 projects, right? And then you include it in your portfolio, because that shows to the company that you're serious and you know what you are doing, because you can't say, oh, you can do business analysis and you can't tell how. You right? You get me, right? So you want to be able to do some projects, maybe 4 or 5 projects, and then have it, you can just upload it on Canva website just for people to get access to what you've done, to see what you've done, and then you build from there. So you can start applying. All right. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope that we've learned something today. And I hope that we're going to implement. I'm looking forward to hearing positive results from our LinkedIn profile. All right, thank you very much.